Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am Adan Muhammad Adan, a student at Open University Malaysia in collaboration with Simat University. Here we are presenting an assignment of project management as a group. This assignment with the May intake, here with me are colleagues Abdallah and Deka. Okay, here are the team details and as well the course details. And as you see from the screen, it contains the participants' names and the ID numbers, and also the project details, which is maybe the course name, the course code, the program, which is Open University Malaysia program, and this group composed of semester 1, semester 2, and semester 5 students, and the project is mainly course-based. That's why these teams are combined. So the assignment unit for this project is project management. And to start with the introduction, what is it? Maybe what we are reporting about. What is it about? The purpose of this assignment is to, one, provide the student with the practical skills and theoretical concept of project management, body of knowledge they need to manage a project. The assignment report will compose of 5 interrelated tasks with the same question. The question was only one, that's in question 1. And task 1 will be covered on project cost management using appropriate techniques for the selected project and development of work breakdown structure and schedule using critical path method diagram that uses the activities created in WBS. And task 2 will cover the description of project background and introduction. Task 3 will cover the suitable organizational structure for the selected project and responsibilities of the project team that will be linked with the work breakdown structure. As well, task 4 will be discussed on how to strategize the new or existing project that can be adapted with the new normal ways in managing the project and to address situations like pandemic. Because nowadays, this pandemic has caused challenges with the projects, the ongoing projects. So how has the project cope up with the pandemic, and the implementation has been done through that. And task 5 is the one we are undertaking now, which is the video presentation. Also on top of that, as well, development and administration of project charter and major aspects of project and forms that basis of its planning and management. Okay, now the project background. This project, Doha Foundation and its partners in Somalia work with vulnerable communities to address the underlying causes of poverty and promoting peace and development. The project supports sustainable livelihood, economic development initiative programs, strengthen civil societies, respond to emergencies, and finally, advocate for policy change. Okay, to improve food and livelihood security. Okay, the project aim was for drought-affected pastoralists living in North Sol and Senak regions in Somaliland and Puntland. Okay, these interventions are aimed at preventing Somalia from experiencing progressive and sustained humanitarian crisis due to consecutive drought and poor governance. Doha Foundation applied and received a grant from the European Union and to implement a 12-month project. Okay, 12-month project, Somalia Food Security Support Project, which is SFSSP in Puntland and Somaliland, starting February to November 2020. What was the project about? The project was implemented directly by Doha Foundation in collaboration with communities and line ministries. maybe the relevant line ministries in 3 districts of Las Qoray, Arigabo, and Bats of Taleh and Senak and Sol regions. The districts were prioritized based on Boadeir rainfall heavily affected by the drought, with limited levels of assistance reported. In each of these areas, following the poor performance of the day rains, October to December 2019. Okay, the literature review. Okay, as part of our assignment, the literature review was part of the assignment. And this one, it just acts as an independent part or component of this assignment. So the literature review is about what the project is about, what project entails, what are the characteristics of the project. And in the literature review, we will cover the project management and the phases of the project management more specifically, like the planning, organizing, coordinating, and leading and controlling resources to accomplish the project objective. The successful accomplishment of the project objective could be constrained by many factors. Always project experience, challenge, and hindrance in regards to the project scope, project cost, and quality of the project. So these factors include the project scope, quality of the project schedule, the project budget, the resources available for the project, the risks associated for the project, and as well customer satisfaction and stakeholder support. Means the project should make satisfaction of all the project stakeholders, and all the stakeholders should be satisfied with how the project has been implemented. And in this, in a nutshell, this one will cover in this iron triangle diagram, which is about the cost, the time, and the scope. As well, in the center is the quality of the project. So the triple constraint is a triangle of time, cost, performance that bounds the universe within which every project must be achieved. Project managers must focus on 3 dimensions of success: completing all project deliveries on time. The project must be completed on time. Within the budget should be utilized accordingly. As well, the quality that is acceptable to sponsors and stakeholders. The quality of the project and the way it has been implemented should make a satisfaction to the stakeholders and as well the partners engaged in that project. So although variations and different dimensions exist, these constraints, the triple constraints, are listed as a project scope, time, and cost. Performance is sometimes referred to as the performance of the project is sometimes referred to as the scope or quality and cost, and resources are often listed separately. The triple constraints, in a nutshell, is also referred to as the iron triangle, reflecting the fact that the 3 constraints are interrelated and involve trade-offs. Also, part of the component of the report is about the project charter. A project cannot go without a project charter, and a project charter should be planned at the initiation part of the project. A project charter is a key internal document that describes the project scope, participants, and goals of a project. It contains a clear list of responsibilities, roles, and stakeholders. For this project now, the SFSB project, the below project charter has been used, clearly defining the business case, problem statement, project scope, goal statement, goals, project plan, and the structure of the team members and their roles and responsibilities in the project. The project charter composed of business case, problem statement for the project, goals of the project, goal statement, project scope, project plan, team structure of the project. And here, as the icon, as attached as an icon, is attachment of a project work plan for your review. Okay, the project charter, it is usually developed right at the beginning of project's life cycle and is used as a reference point throughout a project's development. Project charter often provide an overview of key elements of project. Basically, a high quality project charter document will act as an anchor for your entire project, making it an incredibly important tool. That's why developing a project charter is very interesting in a project implementation, and it's a very interesting tool. The project charter is extremely important when it comes to planning, development, and even potential conflict later on. Okay, my final presentation is the project cost. The rest will be undertaken by my colleagues. The project cost, what is it, the project cost? You know, always the project has cost management entirely conducted as a team by the finance department, by the project managers, and as well they may be coordinated with the project donors or stakeholders. So project cost management is one of the primary functions of a project managers. Cost management in project is function which includes the progress that are required to maintain effective financial control of projects. Financial control or cost management of project is very essential in project implementation. Okay, this evaluates, estimates, budgeting, and monitoring, analyzing, as well forecasting and reporting the cost information effectively will help the project to achieve its scope, its budget, as well its schedule. For this project now, coming to this project that we are reporting, the SFSP project, the total project cost for the 1-year project duration was 2 million. So to develop a result-based budget, the project manager must plan and cost all activities and inputs to deliver the project outputs. Major activities and functions that must be accounted for within a project budget include both direct and indirect costs. The project categorizes the project costs into the following areas: direct costs, indirect costs, deliverables, enabling services cost, general management support. Means deliverable, enabling services costs are the services in regards on coordination and all these things. When integrated with the scope, quality of project, and time management, these three functions form the core project management. The cost management function maintains its important focus at every stage throughout the life cycle of a project. Then, coming to the execution of the project proper utilization of resources, accounting, monitoring, and controlling of project costs has been put into place. For control and monitoring purposes, the original detailed cost estimate is typically converted to a project budget, and the project budget is used subsequently as a guide for management. Specific items in the detailed cost estimate become job cost elements. Expenses incurred during the course of a project are recorded in specific job cost accounts to be compared with the original cost estimated in each category. So that's my part of undertaking this presentation. As already said, the group we are 3 in number, and then my colleague Denka Salat will take from there the project cost techniques. Denka, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. As my colleague Adam already said, I am Deka. I am semester 1 presenting part of this presentation. I would like to start with cost control techniques. Below were the 4 most common cost control techniques that the project applied. Analogy estimate, parametric estimate, bottom-up estimating, 3-point estimating, fast analogy estimating. Through the analogy estimating, a project manager calculates the accepted cost project based upon non-cost estimated with the similar project that was the complete in the past. Parametric estimate. In the parametric estimate for historical data and statistical modeling are using associating a dollar value to certain project cost. Bottom-up estimating. In bottom-up estimating, large project break down into a number of smaller components. The project manager estimating cost especially for each of these smaller work budget. 3-point estimate. In 3-point estimate, the project manager identified 3 separate estimating for cost association with a project. This method estimate relied upon the combination historical data, expertise, judgment of the project manager. This approach determine and align unit cost for the partial components project, then sells the unit cost as the appropriate is the so much more accurate than analogy estimate, but required more initial data to assess cost. The first bounty represents the optimistic estimate where the work is done and funding is spent the most efficiently. The second bounty represents the pessimistic estimate where the work is done and funding is spent the least efficient manager. That bounty represents the most likely. Most with the typical values somewhere the middle. For example, if the project includes work that they will split between multiple departments with organizational cost might be split out by the department. One all the costs have been estimated, they are tied into the single large cost estimate for the project as a whole. Work breakdown structure. Work breakdown structure is the key project deliverable that organizes the teamwork into the managed sections. The project management body knowledge define the work breakdown structure, a hierarchical decomposition of the total scope of work to be carried out by the project team to accomplish the project objective and create requirement deliverable. The work breakdown structure developed to establish a common understanding for the project scope. Each designing level project work breakdown structure represents in increasable details description the project deliverable. Work breakdown structure is the concern of the effective project line execution, controlling, monitoring, and reporting all the work continue with the work breakdown structure is to be defined, estimating, including, and budgets. Work breakdown structure. The company owner, the project manager use work breakdown structure to make complex the project more manageable. The work breakdown structure is designed to help break down project into the manageable chunk that they effectively estimated and supervisories. And work breakdown structure chart. This chart. For this chart, SFS SSB project that the reporting is designed had used reporting designing work breakdown structure from the project initiation to project completion, and above show the diagram that they highlighted more on the activity breakdown in each phases of the project. Critical path method. Many people misunderstand the term critical path, assuming that they referring to mission critical project task. Each task on the critical path is time critical task. You can also think of the as the longest path from the start to finishing, or the path with all the any like the path corresponding to a short time with the project can be completed. The method for completed this project has applied the below critical method for effective implementation of activities. This is critical path method for the SFSB that they last for the period 12 months. Since most of activities are much complex for the below critical path method, is covered duration taking the life cycle phases from initial final closer or project with the activities under each phases. Duration activity calculating weeks in 1 year equal 52 weeks. 52 weeks. Critical path method is the serious tasks must finish time the entire project finishing on schedule. Critical path method in identifying critical path and defending the total project duration. Critical path A, B, E, H, I, K, N, B, and Q, or A, B, E, H, I, M, N, B. Total project duration is 33 weeks. There, the critical path diagram developed from the activities listed above. The critical path method path is the series of tasks that must finish in time on the inter-project on finishing on the schedule. That is the ending of the me, Mr. Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Muhammad Ibrahim. I'm a semester 2 doing course Master of Project Management at CIMED University with the collaboration of Open University in Malaysia. And I want to present here the course Project Management with my colleague. And I'm gonna start with organizational structure. An organizational structure is a system that outlines how certain activities are directed in order to achieve the goals of the organization. These activities can include rules and responsibilities. Having an organizational structure in a place allows companies to remain efficient and focused. An organizational structure outlines how certain activities are directed to achieve the goal of the organization. Senior leaders should consider a variety of the factors before deciding which type of organization is the best for the business, including the business goals, industries, and also the culture of the company. And in this, the organizational structure determines how information flow and also how the information flow between the levels with the companies. For example, if the centralized structure, this decision flow from the top down, while in the decentralized structure, decision making is a power distributed among a various level of the organization. A successful organizational structure defines each employee's job and how it fits within the overall system. Both the symbol in an organizational structure lays out who does and what the company can meet in these objectives. And when we talk about the organizational structure contains, for this project, the company applies a project organizational structure as shown in the diagram below. A project organization structure is designed or set up in a way that the project managers is on the top of the hierarchical and has the full power in any decision that involved the project. The team members directly report that him or her and all tasks are completed towards the project. Unlike the typical financial organization, project managers in the projectized organization structure are not limited to the tasks such as decision making and source and utilization. In this project structure used for the report project, The program coordinator is the place of the chief executive, and the project managers runs the project, and it is the head of all project team and all direct reports and under the management of the project manager. Apart from the human resource, security, administration, and finance officers who undercame the program coordinator. All the project managers and the project team report to the project manager, who has complete authority over the resource. Organizational structure in this project structure used to report a project. The program coordination, the program coordinator is the place of the chief executive, and the project manager runs the project, and it is ahead of all project team and all direct reports, and under the management of the project manager's apartment, from the human resource apartment to the security administration and finance officers who undercame the program coordinator. All the project activities are managed by the project managers, and project team report to the project who has completed authority of the reason over the resource. Importance of project structure. Importance of a projectized structure. Team members are loyal into the project goal. Team members report directly to the project managers. The line of the authority is clear. This reduces conflict and the decision making in faster and more flexible. The single report system helps shorten communication lines, creating effective communication within the team. Communication is the first because of the single authority. This helps solve stakeholders conquer quickly. Complete the project faster. Communication and cooperation tend to be better because this is the sense of urgency when completing a milestone. Hence, new members learn fast. Team members became more versatile and flexible due to the working on a different project. And projectized culture is adaptive. Team members are encouraged to lead from others' experience and share their weakness of projectized structure. Absolute authority can make a project manager's urgent lack of power is an issue in the financial organizational structure, while absolute authority can be issue in a projectized organization. Projects always have deadline and tight schedule, which can make the work environment stressful. Poor communication can cause a resource duplication. There are multiple projects. There is a sense of insecurity among the team members. They know they might lose the job once the project is finished. They tend to be less loyal to the organization. The cost of the employees and the equipment can be highly because they are being hired for the shortest period. Moreover, this cost can become much higher if the project is delayed. The employees might not be highly skilled in a particular area because they work on so many different projects. This might affect the quality of the deliverable. A strategy in regard to COVID-19 measure. The strategy is implemented for the project, which is concentration of COVID-19 measure to minimize the spread of the disease and exposing the project team and project beneficiary to pandemic. Follow the strategic and being put in the place. minimizing file engagement by project staff for many hours. Use a personal proactive equipment like face mask, hand sensitive for all staff members, and is possible for the project benefits during. Staff to adhere all COVID-19 members and protocol at all time for them to remain safe from the pandemic. Minimizing the gathering session like workshops and training regarding the project. Alternate work reporting for the staff members. Conclusion. Some of the conclusion of the SSB project, including but not limited for the following. The wash facilities that has been became rigid. The wash facilities and that have been reliabilitic to become will require more confidence. Integration to the wash facilities with others development interview helps to the importance of the continual levels of human program would be improved on the community health of the situation. Communication villages with the higher members of IDBs needed more water supplies in order to cope with the increase in the water. This is all what we have, and hope everybody enjoy our presentation. We present with the team members, me and my friend Adam, and also I'm gonna thank my sister Teka. Here is all what we want to present, and hope you enjoy this. Have a good day, and hope everyone well. So bye bye. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum.